What it is, guys. Can y'all see me? Let me go on Twitch real quick. Let me check out. Ya hace 12 meses que el diablo se fue. Aquí andamos en la lucha porque andamos en el mundo. Y agarróse usted. Yeah, we're live. All right, brothers. So, the TNF game just ended like about an hour ago, and that was the most horrendous TNF game that I remember. I'm pretty sure I've watched a bad one. Like, there's been some bad TNF games since Prime took over and started talking about the games, but my God, this is probably the worst game I've seen all season, that I've seen, because it was bad. It was bad, and I'm not even gonna show all the highlights. Okay, I'm just gonna show the ones that they scored, like where they scored the touchdown and everything. But it was bad. We're gonna talk about how bad it was. And I'll probably show. I won't show all the highlights, but we'll switch to plays where I think it was just horrible. Like, my gosh. So we'll get into it. Let me pull it up. My goodness gracious. And obviously after that, we're gonna get into what the title says. We're gonna get into your team. Your team play well. How has your team been so far this mid-season, right?
When the Eagles won
Good.
the Super Bowl,
Where is that? And so we're gonna go. I'm going by each team in the NFL, right? I'm probably gonna go by division, and I'm gonna say if your team either has overperformed expectations, underperformed expectations, or has played at the level expected. Now, how I'm gonna rank it is based on what I thought and was probably multiple analysts thought. So it's just gonna be a general thing of what most of us thought was gonna happen with your team, and we'll see. Because some teams did and some teams didn't. And well, that's why we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try to give it a few sentences, right? So it doesn't go as long as the episode should. So, all right. Is we ready? Is we ready, guys? Let's get into the highlights real quick.
Bowers in the slot to the left. Smith on third down, throws, caught, and reaching, trying to get that first down is Tyler Lockett. Fake it to him. Smith rolling. Smith's going to keep it. Smith's going to get the first down. Stop just inside the marker, so back-to-back first downs. Smith in the pocket, waiting, looking, hit from behind. Down he goes at the 43-yard line.
Broncos had so many sacks, bro. It was actually insane. Like the Broncos this game, the front seven was crazy. Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, they were going hammer. They were going to talk about that a little bit, but, you know.
Took them out of possible field goal range.
Like, even I want to say it's the most horrendous game ever, but I don't want to say that because both defenses played well. Both special teams played well at certain times, or like special teams happened. It was literally just both of their offenses were so garbage. Both offenses were just so garbage that I didn't like out. It was just so hard to watch. Even at times, right? Like both defenses played extremely well, but we're going there was plays where the Raiders defense gave up. Where I was like, oh, but they had to take advantage right here. And the Bo Nix and the offense they just couldn't get it done. They just couldn't do anything right. And credit to Bo Nix. He said at the end of the game in the interview with Kaylee, he said, we just got to give him the return. We got to give him the return. What they deposited, we got to give it to return. I was like, facts, bro. Like, what is going on? This is like, what? When did he get drafted? Like 2 years ago? I think this is second or third year in the Sean Payton offense. Let me actually check that real quick. It has to be with that. Bo Nix. Drop. Yeah, so it's like, I think this is, this is his second year. Yeah, this is his second year. He's an old rookie. But yeah, okay, this is the second year in the Champagne offense or the Broncos. What is this? What is this? Babe Champagne, I thought he was the quarterback whisperer. I don't know. I mean, you guys probably can't even see that, my bad, but it's just, no, bro. No. It looks bad. It looks bad, but we'll continue on.
Angled kick, and that one will skid out at where they're going to mark this thing at the 1 yard line. Wow! On top of all that, in his rookie year, he was on the COVID list for a while. Does he get stopped? He does. A little shy of the first down by Max Crosby, right in the middle of action. 4th and 1. Most in the league. Mostert is in there now. Pass goes to Mostert. Mostert will take the ball for a first junior.
Horrendous.
Michael Mayo, the tight ends, would get into the action.
Brock Bowers only got like one catch, I think, and limited amount of targets.
Play clock at 3.
But that's a classic Chip Kelly offense.
Gonna run it.
That was a touchdown. Their only touchdown.
Ashton Jeanty for the touchdown.
Pull around in his wham block and just open it up. He takes Benito out. And a good, tough, and Mayer, because of all those 61 starts, came in ready to play.
25 years old, consecutive games or a season's worth with a touchdown pass. 2nd and 4, buying time, but takes too much time. And in there for the sack comes Adam Butler.
And not take that
I feel bad for the Raiders defense, man. Like, the one game they're actually playing pretty well, and they got a chance to win. The offense Gino just does not show up.
3rd and 13. He sidearms that one, and that's incomplete. So a very stumbling and staggering start for the Broncos. But what else is new? Raiders have 6 first downs. Broncos have none. Drop it off underneath. Jeanty has it. Jeanty down the sideline. Jeanty picks up about 7. 3rd and 12. There's another one. Right on cue.
Bonito.
Jam corner.
They go hurry up.
3rd
here,
and
no
16,
huddle.
bro.
3rd and 16. Nix, that's caught at the 40-yard line, but shy of the first down. He hits Troy Franklin there.
I think this is a bad. And the punter shagged it like 2 or 3 times. Wait, what was bro's name? Hold on, let me search up bro's name. Because AJ Cole had 2 good ass punts. They both ended up at the 1-2 yard line, especially the second one where like it hit the 1 yard line and then just did a diagonal to out of bounds. That one was crazy. But Broncos. Jeremy Crawshaw. Crawshaw. Brother, that was horrible. They were booing him. Broncos.
And it bounced out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Steps up. Fires over the middle. Wide open.
There you go. That's Bowers' only catch, bro.
Big gain. 4th and 2. Bowers moving. Smith comes the other way. Caught. First down. Flag, though. 2 flags for the moment.
That was Thornton's
will take it into the
offensive pass
interference. The 2 flags came flying in.
He just had too much intent the way he was looking him up.
Look at that. He's not even looking off of bro. He's looking straight at him. Oh, no.
The free safety.
That was easy call for the rest, bro.
And you put your hands up as you're running that route. If you take your eyes off of him, probably get away with that.
Weird, yeah.
He sized him up the whole way and then put his arms, kind of came through.
That was the punt. That was the beautiful punt by AJ.
Is what happened there.
You're going to show it, right? Look at that.
Inside the 1
Bounce.
yard line.
Goes on the right.
Oh, that's perfection.
At the half-yard line. Crazy. One of the craziest bounces we've ever seen. From the 1 yard line.
I think at this point, and I think probably Kirk's going to say right now, the Broncos didn't have a first down in like their first 8 drives or something like that, bro.
Not yet. 3rd and 1. Nix, look out. Gets away for the moment. Now throws, and it is incomplete along the sideline. 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line. Oh, look out.
Look at Bonito.
Made in the backfield that time.
Broncos
Nick
defense,
Bonito
man.
Brock Bowers. That didn't fool
They have like
anybody.
46 sacks, and it's barely week 10.
14.
That's insane, bro.
Smith throws. That's caught on the outside. Out of bounds at the 38-yard line goes Michael Mayer. And away they go. And Smith's going to get sacked.
Talanoa Hufanga. Now you want to be, look, now you want to be healthy? No secret diss. All right, no sneak diss. But come on, Hufanga. The only reason we let him go is because of his injuries. Like he was frequently injured, and it was just annoying. And now he's on the Broncos. Now he's pretty healthy. I guess he just needed a change of scenery. Or I guess it's just the Niners, bro. It's just the Niners. You just get injured if you're on the 49ers, I guess. I guess that's how it's just looking. Unbelievable. Him and Drake. Unbelievable.
For the Raiders, Hufanga comes in to start from the 47-yard line. Still looking for that initial first down. And they finally get it.
My boy JK, he had good yards. I'm looking at the stats. I have to go look at him real quick. Geno leg was fucked in the end. Yes, it was, bro. Yes, it was. Sorry, Raiders. Horrible. Anyways, RTK Dreams having shout out, bro. Shout out. But what was I gonna look at? I was gonna look at someone's stats. Oh, JK's. Let me actually bring that up. Real quickie. ESPN scores. It wasn't bad. He had 18 carries, 77 yards, 4.3 average. Wasn't that bad. Better than Ashton over here, but it wasn't that bad, but it was still, man. Dolphins was going crazy. I know, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying, bro. I remember I was predicting the Raiders defense was going to be okay, like in the beginning of the season. I was like, they got Devin White, and even though he has been going to team, he was going to be okay. The guy Landon Roberts, he's going to be okay. Obviously, Crosby, we all know what he got. Even at the back end, they got Stokes, who, I mean, on the Packers, he was okay, but he got better. Like, I think he was actually pretty good today. And then even got Jamal. They got Blitz Boy. And Blitz Boy's actually been doing better. I mess with it, exactly. So, you know. It is what it is, but let's continue on. But I was saying about, what I wanted to say about J.K. Dobbins is that he was my boy at Ohio, when he was at Ohio State. I loved him. I loved him when he was at Ohio State. And then he went on the Ravens. I think the Ravens drafted him. And then, like, they were saying in the broadcast today, Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels, they were talking about his injuries. He's got MCL injuries, ACL injury. And it was just bad. And it was all bad for him. But now, on the Broncos, looks like he has a home. He looks like he's doing good. And that's my boy. Hopefully he does healthier. He gets better. And shout out him. Shout out Dobbins.
Look out. Nix stepping out. Had room to run, but instead throws caught. That's Bryant. And he'll make it a first down and goal. Pat Bryant. Harvey now slips to the outside. Nix looks that way, then over the middle, then to the right, throws, caught into the end zone for the touchdown.
Only two big plays that the Broncos had. To Brian and to Franklin.
Speaking of patient, watch this.
And that's Bo Nix's boy from Oregon.
Franklin, who played with Bo Nix in college at Oregon.
See?
Gives him a chance there to be able to make that catch against man coverage. There's his eyes, being patient, finding the rhythm, steps up.
We're going to talk about the end, but, bro, I think Bo Nix is mid, bro. Bo Nix is mid. I knew he was never going to be good, bro. He's mid.
Down he goes at the 32-yard line. That pressure again. Allen and Benito converge. Nick stepping up, throws, moving forward.
Cortland
Caught up at the
Sutton.
39-yard line. He goes to his main man, Cortland Sutton. The four-man rush him. In most circumstances, what do they do here? Send an extra guy. Nick's all the way down.
Double coverage is crazy.
It's going to be picked off. Caillou Blue Kelly. Out past the 30 and then slung down at the 34-yard line on a pass intended for Bryant. So the four-man rush him. In most circumstances, what do they do here? Send an extra guy. Nick's all the way downfield.
Oh,
Traffic.
why just repeat the play? What the hell?
When you have the idea of trying to get points on the board.
Come on,
quickly
Bo. Classic Bo dance, bro.
Backing up. Trying to get out
Tyler Lockett. I hella forgot he was on the Raiders, bro.
15 seconds
Until this game, I hella forgot he was on the
stacked
Raiders.
against him on the road against this talented Denver team, but playing well enough to hang in there for now.
Open, making the catch down the sideline is Adam Prentice.
Carry.
From the 45. Nick's little shoulder shake over the middle. Catch made. Spinning away. Harvey to the 38-yard line.
Easy call for the umpire.
2nd and 8. Harvey threading his way and stopped just shy of the line to gain.
So it's kind of a blend of the
And
two.
Harvey and JK, they're a good duo. I like that duo.
To the
And then this
outside,
play, just what the hell was?
pass. Now you've got 7,
Bro,
and he
what
gets
was this?
taken down. So he was handling this with ease.
I think this Will Lutz miss.
See what he does here to try to give him the lead. From 59 away, the kick is no good, just short. So at the 49-yard line, the Raiders now on a first down with Smith over the middle. In the
Franklin
air,
had
deflected and intercepted. And into Raider territory comes Dondre Tillman. And look at him gallop all the way inside the 35 with another flag down.
Jenny comes out of the backfield, a little angle route, ball's right there. Just goes up and off of his hands into very favorable territory for Denver to be able to come up with a pick, and it is Tillman who ends up coming up. He's a backup usually to Benito, but awareness, eyes right there on the football. Jones right there, the free safety, wants to help him out. And then a pretty good return to get the ball into plus territory here for Bo Nix and a Denver offense.
Played at Indiana of Pennsylvania, second-year man. Had an interception against Dak Prescott in the Dallas-Denver game a couple of weeks back. Taking him to the 10. Beatty comes in. Nix under pressure. Tackle is made that time at the 39-yard line.
3rd and 18.
Just keep it on the ground. Trying to pick up a few. That's Raheem Mostert.
Who has the advantage right now?
Well, A.J. Cole's punt, they tell us right
This is
now.
the plum block. I remember this.
Blocked. Kick is blocked.
And spoiler alert, the
And
Broncos
Denver's gonna get the
still
ball.
couldn't score.
In great position.
They couldn't score off of this.
A huge play to flip it.
Work his way through out there to be able to. Raiders actually goes off his.
Oh, Nix fakes right, then throws it
Look at
out
this.
to the right.
Actually, let's see all their
Not off
plays.
his right hand, it goes off his.
The highlight, look, the highlight skipped all the way to 3rd down. That's crazy.
3rd and 12. Nix fakes right, then throws it out to the right. That'll stop it at the 14. Franklin there, crowd doesn't like.
By winning at the line of scrimmage to get after Bo Nix.
32-yard attempt.
And that's what won them
to
the
give
game.
Denver the lead.
That's what won them the game.
Back is Genty. They fake it to him. Smith rolling. Smith gets tripped from
Oh,
behind.
that's the one where Gino got
So a
messed
lot of
up.
open space.
That's what you were
But
talking
there's
about,
Benito
RX.
right there to get him by the ankle, knock him down.
But Nick Benito having one of those nights again. And Geno Smith, who went down, is still down. Be careful with
RTS.
Pickett.
There you go. That's where your boy got messed up. That's where your boy Gino got
Traffic,
messed
and
up.
that's incomplete. Tried to jam it in. 3rd and 6. Today in the backfield. On the move, on the run. Just has to fire that one.
This week,
Out of bounds.
watched every
4th
minute of
down.
this weekend.
He starts to stride. With his team
I
down
did
by
too,
3.
dude. I'm literally just reacting to this
Looking to throw.
because part of the stream.
Down the sideline, caught up at the 35-yard
Trey
line
Tucker.
by Trey Tucker. Until that point, the Raiders did not have a single yard passing. He's been targeted 4 times tonight. 1 completion. Smith looking.
Guys,
Smith
my
throwing.
girl's in the
It's
chat.
caught near
What should we
side.
say to her?
It's Tyler Lockett. Coming out of the right side. Smith looking, in trouble, eats it. John Franklin Myers was there. Denver starts this drive from the 20. Next to the outside, pass is caught, and it's a 5-yard gain for Evan Ingram. Today is in the backfield.
Look, it's Blitz Boy. Blitz Boy!
Protection's good. Pass is intercepted.
There you go. There's your boy Franklin again with his no hands.
It has impacted them with a turnover right through the hands of Troy Franklin and then up into the air for Kelly to come up with that interception. Pretty good job of sticking on this route. It got a little bit rough, got a little bit crowded in that zone, but the ball somehow got through the zone. Nice window, puts it right on the money. See maybe a little bit of confusion with the rookie Pat Bryant running a route underneath there.
And somehow, some way, Gino has willed himself back onto the field. Hands the ball off through the middle.
Gene,
6. Smith, look out from behind. Here's Benito. And it's just a fling.
At this point, I didn't want to turn off the TV,
So it's 4th down.
but I was like, I'll just keep watching, see if something happens. Just because it was a close game, to be honest.
48 away. The kick.
If it was not a close
is
game, I probably would have turned it
right,
off.
but
Another
outside
miss.
of it.
My God.
just outside the top of the upright. Start its drive. 4:26 left in regulation. Dobbins.
They have fought their hearts out tonight.
Can they make a big stop here? Nix rolls, throws, caught, first down, and a lot more. Dobbins says, you know, we're winning.
Oh, yeah, and they extended it. Oh, yeah.
Buck presence tonight.
All right, let's get into stats because they were horrible. Let me bring it up for y'all. Where am I? OBS stream. Entertaining. I guess if you're a defensive fan, yeah. If it was entertaining, watch if you're a defensive fan. Which was good. Like the Broncos defense, bro, they're historically low-key. They're historical low-key. I think Sherman was talking about in the post game, he was talking about how like they've already reached the 2015 defense, the no-fly zone when they won the Super Bowl. I think they had like 52 sacks out the whole season. This defense has 46. I want to say counting the ones they had today is 46. And bro, like they got 6+ games every other, every game. Like, what the fuck? Like that's historical shit. Now, bro, where else was I doing? Oh, there we go. I think I was doing something. Google Chrome. No. Just because it was a close game. Yeah, I guess. There we go. They 8 wins in a row now? No, I think it's 7 because they lost to. I forgot. I think it's 7 actually. I could check. Schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. They had the back-to-back L's to Indy and the Chargers. And then that comeback versus New York was crazy. Down 19-0. So that was crazy, but I'm going to go back. Okay. Like we were talking about. Defenses, great. My gosh. There were historical defenses on both sides. Honestly, I feel really freaking bad for the Raiders defense because they haven't been as great as the Broncos defense this season, So they try to pull one. They're like, bro, if we get this, we're gonna be in the game. And obviously, my boy Gino. Well, he's not really my boy. I'm just saying that to not kill the guy. But Gino, he was garbage, and I think he's been garbage this whole season. Like, bro, like he was never my guy. I remember when the Raiders picked him up with Pete Carroll. Some Raiders fans were saying, "Oh, it's a good pickup." I was like, "This is gonna be the same thing you guys have done for the last 5 seasons with Aiden O'Connell and Jimmy Garoppolo." I was like, "It's gonna be the same damn thing, bro." Gino is not good. He's okay. He's mid. He's literally a mid quarterback. He's the definition of a mid quarterback. He could run, I guess. Technically, he can expand the play. He has a mid arm, mid IQ. Like he's literally just mid. That's literally all I could do to describe him. 16 to 26, 143 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 13 QBR, bro. A 13 QBR. Just no, bro. No. And then Gentie's okay. I mean, the offensive line has been pretty bad this season. It's been better now. Like this game, they started off well running the ball, so it was good then. And he obviously had the touchdown, so that was cool. But and then Bowers, bro, Bowers only had how many targets did he have this game? Oh, 3 targets this game. Chip Kelly, I don't know what you're doing, bro. I've never been a fan of Chip Kelly, anyways. Even when he was in Oregon, and then much less when he came to the Niners. He just made our team shit. Don't like him. And then I think he went on to Ohio State, and now he went to college football. And now he's back on the Raiders. I mean, back in the NFL with the Raiders, and bro just doesn't know how to call an offense. Clearly, I remember he's saying he wanted Genty to bend down, right, like most normal running backs be doing. But bro, Genty's like 5'8". He's like me. We can't see over 6'3" dudes. We can't do that. So that's why he stands up and does the Michael Myers pose. And honestly, he's been balling out like that. He balled out like that last year at Boise State. So I don't know why Chip Kelly's telling him to do this and do that. This guy's always been like that. He's always nitpicky. He's always what's it called? He's controlling. He likes to micromanage. And it's like, bro, just let him do what he got to do. If you want to stand up and he's going to do better like that, just let him do it. So again, Chip Kelly just being shit. Bruh. Anyways, Bowers, 3 targets, insane. He's clearly your best receiver, your best tight end. He's probably your best player on offense. And you're only going to give him 3 targets? That's it? Like, bruh. Like, I don't it's just, I can't even explain how dumb that is. Like, bro, like, I know the Broncos defense is good. But that's why you probably should have done even some screens to him, something, because to get the ball off your hands, to get the ball off of Gino's hands quickly, because obviously you got Bonito and you got Jonathan Cooper over here getting to him in like 3 seconds. So might as well give him some screen, get the ball out quick so he could get it going. But they didn't do that. Tell me why. I don't know why they didn't do that. But whatever. But let's get on to their defense. The defense that actually did pretty well. Obviously, standout was Jeremy Chin. Came from the Washington, I think. He was on the Panthers, then he went to Washington. And he did solo. He had 2 solo tackles, 9 tackles. Devin White. I think the whole defense did pretty good today for the Raiders. Though I would say the Broncos offense was not good. Bo Nix was not good. And actually, let's get into that. Because Bo Nix was 16 to 28, 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 27.2 QBR. And look, I've never been his fan, honestly. I honestly thought the Broncos, I'm going to get into that later on, actually. I honestly always thought the Broncos I thought they weren't going to really make the playoffs this year. Like, I like Sean Payton as a coach, don't get me wrong, right? He has that resume with Drew Brees. But the way he treated Russ, now I know Russ isn't as good. The way he treated him, and now he has Bo Nix, and he swear Bo Nix is the coming of, I don't know, some other quarterback, right? He swears the next coming of Peyton Manning. He's okay. I think he's mid, my opinion. And right, I thought he would do better coming up this season. Like, yes, he's had good games this season, but this was horrible. I don't know what he was doing today. I remember a specific play. They didn't show in the highlights, but it was a specific play in the 4th quarter where he had the ball. And it was just like a run play for the quarterback, basically. I think he was trying to hand it off to to JK, but something happened, right? So he just held on to the ball. And the two defenders were right there. And it's clearly like, go inside, get a few more yards. This guy goes outside when there's a big gaping hole that he could just go in and get about 4 yards. He goes outside. Now, is he a running back? No. But it's like just basic plays like that where it's like, bro, you didn't see that? You didn't see the hole. That's where it's like, I don't understand. But we got J.K. Dobbins. Obviously, he did okay. I thought he could have done better this game, but shout out to the Raiders defense. And then look at this, bro. Look at the receiving. Troy Franklin had the most. I think Cortland Sutton should have more targets. He only had 4, which is insane. Like, I want to say Cortland's the best receiver in the NFL, or he's top 5. But he's for sure you can put him in the top 10 receivers, I think. If you go band for band, ball for ball, go Cortland Sutton, you put him in there, I think he'll be in the top 10. But he's got Bo Nix as his quarterback. So, I don't know. It's insane out here, but that's why the offense was very struggling. I feel bad for the Raiders defense because, bro, like, they were actually doing a great job. The Raiders defense has been okay this whole season. And the game they want to show up and they want to do spectacular, Geno don't give nothing. That's got to be frustrating as hell. If you're a Raider fan, if you're the Raiders defense, like, bro, I don't know. But Denver's defense, we know what they've been doing all season. And they've been doing great. Hufanga frustrates me because he was on the Niners and he always got injured. Now he's not injured. So that kind of frustrates me. But like we're talking about Bonito, he went off. He had 1.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. I think that was the one on Brock Bowers where they tried to give him a jet sweep. I think that's the one he had to tackle for loss. 3 QB hits, multiple pressures. And this is all without their best corner, Patrick Surtain, who I think is the best corner in the NFL. His technique, not even interception, but like they don't even target him at all. Like the quarterbacks don't even try to throw his way. He's a shutdown corner. He's an island corner. He could travel. Like I was saying, his technique is impeccable. He wasn't even playing, and they still managed to shut him down because of that front 7. So shout out. But let's get actually more into details with the Broncos defense. Let me actually get into like their defensive stats. I know they're either top 3. Yeah, I think they're top 3 for sure. I don't know exactly what number they are, but let me go check right now. But I know for sure that they're the top 3 in stats. Oh, so they are. In yards, and then in sacks, they got 46. I don't know if that counts today. How much sacks do they have today? Let me check again. Scores. No. Give me the ESPN one. Six. God. Six is crazy. Okay. So they've had 6+ sacks for the last 5-6 games, I think. Let me go back. 10 games played. Oh, yeah. So they are counting this one. So, yeah, it is 46 sacks for the season. That's insane. Oh, my God. And you would even say, like, Seahawks and Cardinals, who think going to win? Seahawks. But Cardinals are trash. Like, and we know even with Jacoby Brissett playing right now. And actually, I'll probably get into that actually with the Kyler Murray thing. That they're benching Kyler Murray. Jonathan Gannon said they're benching Kyler Murray, and they're keeping Jacoby Brissett as a quarterback right now. That's pretty crazy. The contract they gave Kyler Murray. So we'll see about that. But yeah, we'll talk about that. Ooh. Denver Broncos. So wait, like the number 1, they've given up the least amount of yards. 1,000. Wait, I think this is doing sacks. Let me go back to the thing. The yards complete. There we go. They've only given up 2,707 yards. 270 per game. That's the second least. Rushing 912, 170 points, only 17.3 yards per game. Houston really surprised me, and the game that really surprised me was against us. That's when I really got to see their defense, and I was like, oh, their defense is legit, like legit. So that surprised me a lot. But Denver, crazy. Jonathan Cooper, crazy. Singleton, crazy. Trey Greenlaw, crazy. Their defensive backs, crazy. Moss, Sertan, crazy. Hufanga, I'm still sad about him, but crazy. Now let's get into what I was talking about. Each team, I'm going to try to actually do it under the hour, but each team, I'm going to go over each NFL team and see if your team overperformed, underperformed, or has overperformed, underperformed, or stayed at expectation level. So let's go by division. Now, let me go actually by standings. Yeah. We're going to start off in the AFC conference with the AFC East. The New England Patriots. They have overperformed 1,000%. Them boys have overperformed 1,000%. Like, I had them in my predictions as at least being like a dark horse. Like, I said they were gonna be good. I didn't think they were gonna be 7-2 good. I didn't expect this development by Drake May. Drake May has been great. I think he's top 5 right now in stats. Let me actually check that out real quick. Stats. Yeah, he's top 5. He's 2,285 yards. He's top 5 in passing yards. So, bro, he's been doing great. The Patriots have been doing great. Their defense is good with Mike Vrabel. I predicted him to be a dark horse playoff team. They might just win their division. Bro, it's a possibility. They might win the division. Because look, the Bills are 6-2. They're not doing fantastic. Yes, they beat the Chiefs, but I wouldn't say they're doing fantastic. The Patriots, on the other hand, they might win the division. If they don't, they'll at least be in the 6. They'll be in the 5. And they'll be in the 5, 6, 7 range for wild card team. So shout out Patriots. Shout out Mike Vrabel. I knew they were going to be good, but I didn't know they were going to be this good. So they have overachieved. The Bills, in my opinion, I think they've underachieved. Yeah, they're 6-2. They just beat the Chiefs this weekend, which is great and all for them, for their for their confidence, right? But that game versus Atlanta, I didn't like that. That game versus Miami, I didn't like that. I think they underperformed. Keon Coleman they've been getting a lot of criticism for not being able to get open. Josh Allen hasn't played up to par. Their defense is okay. I wouldn't say they're great, but they're still 6-2, so they're still in that level. Like, I'm still putting them as Super Bowl contenders. Like, Josh Allen could turn it on and he could probably win a Super Bowl. Who knows? But leading off to the mid-season, I think they've underperformed. I think they've underperformed, and then I put them in that category. The Miami Dolphins, I'd say they've also underperformed because I wouldn't expect them to be 2-7 right now. I wouldn't expect them to be this trash. I wouldn't expect them to get demolished by the Colts as they did in week 1. Tua has regressed for some reason. No idea how, but he's regressed, and that really hurts me because, he's from Alabama. He's my Alabama guy, and he's just been doing trash. Tyreek got injured, tore his ACL, I think, against the Jets on Monday Night Football, I believe it was. And that was also horrendous. Like, the Miami's defense is trash. I think Mike McDaniel's probably going to get fired one of these days. We'll see, but they've also underachieved. New York Jets, I want to put him on underachieved, but I think I might just put him at expected, because did I expect the Jets to do good? No, especially with the new coach. But I didn't expect them to be this bad. I didn't expect them to be 1-7. So I'm actually going to put him at expected, because it is a new coach. Aaron Glenn just got there. They had Justin Fields as their quarterback. I guess they were rebuilding. They just traded Sauce Gardner in the trade deadline. So when was that? That was like Tuesday. There were some trades, right? That was the biggest one, the Sauce one. And then I think what's another one that was big? Oh, the Cowboys trade. They traded for Logan Wilson. They traded for Damian Williams. But I think the biggest trade was obviously that one, Sauce Gardner going to the Colts. So, but they gave up that. It looks like they're rebuilding. Looks like they're going to start from scratch again. The Jets are. So I'd say they're actually at expected, and they're just going to go for rebuilding mode, and that's probably what they're going to do the rest of the season. AFC North, the Steelers. The Steelers, I'd say, are at expected. I think they're at expected because they're 5-3. They got Aaron Rodgers, so the offense is up to par. The record's up to par. The only thing that's underachieved is their defense. I think they spent the most money on defense, and they had like $140 million on their defense. And I would expect the defense to have been better. They did better against the Colts. They beat the Colts, and that was impressive, right? But then they've given up 30-plus points in the last 2 games before the Colts game, especially in that Cincinnati game. That was bad. They gave up that much points to, what's his name, to Joe Flacco. So that was not good. But they did go well against the Colts. Maybe they'll come back. And I think they're at the level expected. They're playing right now expected 5-3. They'll probably be the 6th, 7th seed in the AFC and then just get a first-round exit like they always do. No offense. Look, I like Mike Tomlin, but I think he needs to get away from the Steelers. I think he needs to go to another team, and the Steelers need another coach because he's just been there for like 14 years or something. Maybe even about to be 20. Because I think didn't he get there in 2008, I think. 2008, 2007, he got there. So it's about to be damn near 20 years that he's been on the Steelers. I think they just need a change of scenery. The Baltimore Ravens underperformed 1,000%. Now, I know with the injury to Lamar Jackson, obviously it's gone. Obviously, that adds into the equation. But still, bro, like, even with him, they were losing some games. In that first game versus the Bills, they choked that game. Their defense, like their offense is okay. They're good. When Lamar's there, you got Derrick Henry, you got Zay Flowers, you got DeAndre, you got Mark Andrews, who's the other? Rashad Bateman. You got those guys, and the offense is good. It's flowing when Lamar's running, when he's throwing the ball and play action in the pistol is great. But their defense, horrible. I think they're bottom 3. Let's actually go check it out right now. I think they're bottom 3 defense in the NFL. And that is something. Oh, wait, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're bottom 6 defense in the NFL. And that's honestly something I didn't expect coming into the season. I thought with Marlon Humphrey, with Roquan Smith, with Matabike, with Odafe Owe, their defensive backs, Kyle Hamilton, like I already said, Marlon Humphrey. Like, I thought they were going to be a top defense, and they're straight booty this year. No idea why. I don't know why it's the same defensive coordinator, Zach Orr's there. I don't know why they're straight cheeks. They just been straight cheeks. They just can't defend the pass. They can't defend the run. Like, I don't know what happened there, and I feel bad, honestly, for the Ravens because we had them as Super Bowl favorites. I have them in my Super Bowl. I picked that they were going to go to the Super Bowl, maybe even win the thing. But they're not going to the Super Bowl this year looking like that, even if Lamar, he came back last week, right? Who did they play this week? I forgot. Let me actually check. Hold on. I forgot who they played this week. Oh, yeah. No, see, they didn't play. I remember they played Miami. They played Miami last week, or on Thursday, and they demolished them. See, but it was against Miami. So it's like, should I take that in consideration? Should I take that legit? He said Dolphins trash. Take that legit? No, I should not. But you know what? It is what it is, brother. Now what's going on with the Bengals? Bengals, I'd say adding on to Joe Burrow's injury, or taking that off, actually, I'd say they're Bengals. I'd say, yeah, they're not expected. I'd say they're underperformed, even with the Joe Burrow injury. Because with the Joe Burrow injury, obviously we would expect them to be in there, but their defense, we expected their defense to be straight garbage, and they are straight garbage. I just checked. They're the worst defense in the NFL statistically. Giving up the most yards per game. It's at 400, well, by a mile. They've given up the worst yards in per game. Worst in passing. They've given up 300 points already, 33.3 per game. So yeah, they're horrible. They're straight garbage. And I expected actually their defense to be straight garbage, especially after they didn't pay Trey. Or actually, no, they did pay Trey, but he hasn't been doing well. But their defensive backs are just trash. I don't know. Garbage. Straight garbage. And yeah. So I'm going to leave them at underperformed for offensively. But defensively, I actually expected them to be that bad, honestly. The Browns, I say they're expected. They had no quarterback. They drafted 2 quarterbacks. They drafted Dylan. They drafted Shador. They started with Joe. They traded Joe, and now they're starting Dylan, and they look garbage. Their defense is not bad. Obviously, got Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett. I don't even know what he's in sacks right now. Let me actually go check. Where is he in sacks? I think he should be top 5. Not Hundo. I think he should be in there. Oh, he's not. That's crazy. He's actually. Oh no, there he is. There he is. I didn't see him. There you go. He's in top 2 in sacks. He has 10 sacks, which that doesn't surprise me. So, shout out. But anyways, the rest of the team, not good. I wonder when they're gonna start Shador Sanders. I wonder when Kevin Stefanski is gonna start him. Hopefully sooner rather than later because he's popular in Cleveland and might as well. You got nothing to lose, unless they're just trying to show a message, the whole draft process and how he was trying to be in control of that. And he's Deion's son, and they don't like that. So it could be that whole fiasco thing, and we'll see if they actually start him or not. But at this point, I would. You're 2-6, bro. Like, what do you got to lose? Just push your door out there, see what he's got. But we'll see. The Colts overachieved, overperformed 1,000%. I did not expect them I did not expect them to be at top of the AFC. Well, actually, not right now, but I didn't expect them to be at 7-2. To be honest, I did not expect that. With Daniel Jones as their quarterback, I did not expect them to go there. I did expect Jonathan Taylor's performance, though. I've always loved him coming out of Wisconsin. He was my boy. I said with that Colts offensive line, he's going to do great, and he has done great. I think he's leading the NFL in rushing right now. Pretty sure. Actually, go check, but top of my dome, yeah. Top of my dome, he's at 895 yards. So, that's my guy. But I didn't expect Daniel Jones to do this well. And, when he got expectations last week versus the Steelers, he kind of did bad. But the Colts are all in. Their defense is good. Now they got Sauce Gardner in the trade deadline. They're going all in. The three owners, the girl owners, the daughters of what's his name, Jim Irsay, and I think the head's like Carly Irsay. Probably that's her name. She going all in. She's the one in the sidelines with a clipboard, having her headphones on, listening to what they're saying. She's doing her thing. And the Colts are going all in, and let's see. They've overachieved for 100%. I did not expect this from them at all. And they've overachieved. I'm be a little bit of a hater, and I'm going to say that I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. They might even win just one playoff game, to be honest. Because I don't trust Daniel Jones. No offense, Daniel Jones, but I don't trust them. And I think the Colts are just too, I want to say inexperienced, because they do have experienced players on the team, but like they got Defoe and all them guys, but I don't know. I don't trust them, but I have to see more of them. But I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders. I think they're just been doing good, and they'll make it the playoffs for sure. But I don't see them as Super Bowl contenders. The Jaguars 5-3. I actually say that's pretty expected from them. Trevor has another year. I want to say Trevor Lawrence is the best. Sometimes he fluctuates. Sometimes he's good. Sometimes he's not. He's inconsistent. Travis Hunter, he's proven us doubters wrong. I didn't think he could play 2 sides of the ball in the NFL, and he's actually been doing it pretty well. I think he got injured last week, though, so that sucks for him. But I remember that game versus the Chiefs on Monday night. He was going off offensively. He was going off, and I'd actually say the Jaguars are where they're supposed to be at. The Texans underachieved. 3-5. They have the best defense in the NFL, so there should be a better record than that. They got Will Anderson there. They got D'Amico Ryans as the head coach. C.J. Stroud just got injured. I don't know how long he's going to be out for. So the offense should have been better anyways when he was playing. Bobby Slowick, the offense coordinator, I don't know what's going on there. The Texans should be better than 3-5. I don't know why they're 3-5. with the talent that they have, with the number one defense that they have, they should be better than 3-5. I don't know what's going on there. They got to fix that. So completely underachieved. The Titans, I'd say they're expected. I expect them to be trash because they're the number one pick. Cam Ward, I expect him to be better. He's been okay. He's been improving week by week, but they're 1-8, and I actually expected them to be bad. Like, they just fired their coach. I forgot their head coach's name, and like we'll see if they get better or not. But I actually expected them to be at 1-8. The AFC West, the Broncos. I'd say they've overachieved, in my opinion. They've overachieved because I expected them to be, well, be a wild card team. Maybe they get in, maybe they get in, or maybe they don't get in. But they have. They're 8-2. Their defense, I'd even say they're probably better than the Texans defense watching them tonight. Yes, it was against the Raiders, but they looked spectacular. Like I've said, 46 sacks already. They've had 6+ sacks, like I've said, in the past few games. So it's been insane. Their front seven is crazy. Their back end is crazy. The offense just looks booty. I don't fix something like that. If they fix the offense, if Bo Nix becomes above average, they'll be good. And I think they've overachieved. The Chargers, I'd say they're expected. Another year, Jim Harbaugh won on the Chargers. My bad. What's his name? Justin Herbert. Another year in the system of Jim Harbaugh's. I expect them to be 6-3. I expect them to be better. Justin was playing at an MVP level the first few weeks. Kind of did down a little bit, but that's because of his offensive line. They've been injured consistently. Like, who got it? Joe Alt, I think, got injured literally last week again. And then Rashawn Slater tore his thing in training camp, I think. So he was out for the whole season. So I guess there's inconsistencies in offensive line, and that always devalues the team. But I think the Chargers are what they're expected. 6-3, they'll still be good. And yeah, that's where they are. The Chiefs, I think they've actually underperformed a bit mainly just because they're the Chiefs, right? Like, you expect them to do better. 5-4, still not bad. I think Patrick Mahomes is having a great season. Still great season. He's like top 3 in yards, so he's still having a great season. But Rashee Rice came back, and that helped him out a lot. Travis Kelce looks like he is on his last games, bro. He's not been doing well. The defense started off pretty trash, but then they got better, and I think the Chiefs are actually going to get better from here. So I'd say they've actually... I'm going to change it. I'm going to say expected, because maybe 5-4 is what they actually are, and then they'll probably get better. So never mind. I'm going to switch it to expected. They performed at an expected level. The Raiders, they're expected. I have to say, bro, if I'd expected, I did not expect them to do good. Like I said, when they were in the beginning of the whole stream about talking about the Raiders, and I think I got Geno Smith. I expected this, bro. I told y'all Geno Smith was mid. I told you he's not going to do anything for this franchise, bro. You guys are okay, and that's exactly what's happened. You guys are even worse than okay. You're 2-7. I expected this from y'all. No other words, bro. Like, Geno Smith, your quarterback, and that's all I got to say. Switching on the NFC, and I'm going to try to kill it in less than 5 minutes. Probably not, but I'm going to try to do it. Eagles, expected, 6-2. They're not the repeat. They're the defending Super Bowl champions, so obviously I expected them to do good. Their offense, even though they've scored points, hasn't looked great. They're not the same offense from last year. I expected Saquon to be better, and he's been now, I want to say worse. It was worse from last year, but I wouldn't say he's done bad. It's just inconsistent, the run game, and I guess with the new play caller, I forgot his name again. Bro, oh my God. I think his name's, hold up, Eagles offensive coordinator. What's his name? Oh, there you go. Kevin Patullo. There we go. Kevin Patullo. I thought they would have been fired him already. But bro's there. And I guess just because they're winning. But, all the complaints of A.J. Brown not getting the ball and all his messages saying, where's my ball? And all the what's it called? The Bible verse he put. I forgot after what game. But that Bible verse he put saying that they don't appreciate him and they should leave or whatever. And all that drama and everything. And they're still winning. So, I don't know. I thought they would have been fired him by now, but he's there. So, Eagles, they're at where I expect them to be. Cowboys, 3-5. I'll say they're at expected, to be honest, because they're the Cowboys. I don't like them. I don't think they did anything good. I think trading Micah Parsons made them worse, obviously, as we've seen. Their defense is literally one of the worst in the NFL. I think they're top. Actually, not top. They're bottom. Yeah, they're bottom 2, bro. They're literally barely above the Bengals. So their defense, honestly, trash. Their offense was good. It was good at first, but classic Cowboys, man. When they go against the bad teams, they're good. But when they go against the good teams, their offense doesn't show up. Dak doesn't show up. CeeDee Lamb doesn't show up. George Pickens doesn't show up. And that's not even a diss to George Pickens. But you're on the Cowboys, brother. And when you're on the Cowboys, all of a sudden you do worse. That game versus Arizona, I could see it from 1,000 miles away that they were going to lose that game because everyone expected them to win. And this is the Cardinals, and they believe their own hype with Jerry Jones up in the booth, up in the owner's booth. Like, they were going to lose that game, and they did. Speaking of that, I actually want to send a quick, what's it called? Don't want to mess this up because this is a sensitive topic. There you go. Rest in peace, Marshawn Nealon. Supposedly was found dead this morning. I don't know the full details of the case, so I don't want to expand on that, but he was a defensive player for the Dallas Cowboys. RIP. But continuing on with the Cowboys, I expected them where they're at because they're the Cowboys. This is just going to happen from all the time. The Commanders underachieved. 1,000% underachieved. I thought, yes, Jaden Daniels has been injured, and I think he just messed up his leg Sunday night versus the Seahawks. So they say he's out indefinitely, so they haven't put a specific timeline. But for me, it looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season. And to be honest, I would just take him out the rest of the season. And I think that ends the Commanders' season. They're coming off the NFC Championship game they had last year versus the Eagles. I expect them to do better. I expect them in the second year to do better. And he's been on with injuries, so underachieved in my book. The Giants, I'd actually say they've overachieved, even being 2-7. When they add in Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo, they've been doing better. They looked rejuvenated, especially versus that game versus the Eagles. And then versus us this week. Yes, this week. They looked okay in the beginning, but then we just showing that we were the better team. Scatterbo getting injured. That sucked for him. I think that ruined a lot of juice for the Giants, but they still have Jackson Dart. And what I'd say about Jackson Dart, and I've said that in my last stream, well, actually not my last stream, but I said that in the stream when they went against the Eagles on Thursday night. I said that he's gotta cut it with trying to run over every defensive player on the team, bro. Like, you gotta slide more, you gotta protect yourself, and he hasn't been doing that. I saw versus us, he was trying to get those hits. He was trying to make the last effort, and I get it, right? You're a football player. You're a rookie. You're trying to show to the team that I'm that guy. I'm tough. I'm blah, 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 right? I get it. But you're going to get hurt, bro. You're going to get hurt. So I would advise you to slide. And other than that, he's actually doing pretty good, and I think if he improves on their Dable, he'll get better, and he'll get the Giants franchise energized. But we'll see. The Packers. Expected. I've said they've expected when they traded for Micah Parsons. They're 5-2. When they traded for Micah Parsons, I said they're Super Bowl contenders, and they've looked like that in some games, and then they've dropped games. Like they dropped the Cleveland game, and then they lost last week versus the Panthers. I think it was. Let me actually go check. 100%, but I think they lost to the Panthers. Yeah, Panthers. Those are the two games they've lost. Cleveland and to the Panthers. Both by field goals. And maybe it's just because they're playing down to that level. Like, maybe they're getting a little bit cocky, so they just die down. But when they go against the good teams, they've played well. Even when if it was against the Cowboys, that game was just a shootout, though. So that was cool. But I think they've lived up to their expectations. So I'm going to say that they're there. The Lions, 5-3, I think they were where they're expected. I expected them to be Super Bowl contenders. I actually predicted them to be in the Super Bowl. I think they've done pretty well. They lost the last game, I think, versus the Vikings, but could be a one-off, whatever. It wasn't that big of a deal. But overall, I think the Lions have done great. They're deep. The new defensive coordinator, former player, forgot his name. Oh, let me search him up real quick. I don't want to want to deem my guy. Lions defensive coordinator. Kelvin Shepard. There you go. He's former NFL player. Kelvin, he's been doing great. I think he, after who left? After Aaron Glenn left, I think he's fit his position very well. He's fit in very well in that Dan Campbell type of team. So, yeah, I think they're where they're expected. Chicago Bears 5-3. I'm going to also say expected because this is Caleb Williams' second year with Ben Johnson, offensive guru. Remember, came from the Detroit Lions. He helped Jared Goff. I expected him to help Caleb Williams. The defense has looked better. So I think where they're expected. That's where they're at. The Vikings 4-4. I'm gonna say underperformed. Actually, over, because even though they're 4-4, I actually expect them to be worse. I was not a big JJ McCarthy fan. I'm still not. So maybe they could do better. I'm gonna just leave it overperformed question mark because they still have question marks. Like JJ McCarthy just came back. Remember Carson Wentz was there. It was bad. He got injured. He was complaining, and now JJ McCarthy's back, and they beat the Lions. But then they lost to the Falcons. It was weird. The Minnesota Vikings are weird, so I'm gonna just leave them at overperformed question mark. The Bucks, I'm gonna leave them at expected because I think this division is not that good. Baker Mayfield's been having a great season. It kind of died a little bit, but they're 6-2. They're having a great season. I think the Bucks are where they're at. I think they're going to win the division. So I'm saying expected. The Panthers, overachievers, overperformers. I did not expect them to be 5-4. They've won close games to beat the Packers. Bryce Young, my Bama boy, looks better. Their defense looks better. Shout out, what's his name? The coach, David Canales. Shout out him. He's been doing great over there. Shout out my boy Kung Fu Peep. He loves the Panthers. They've been doing better. So I'd say they've overachieved. The Falcons, I'm gonna put them at expected, to be honest. Even though they're 3-5, I don't trust Michael Penix. He's okay. Who's the head coach? Raheem Morris. He's okay. I'd say they're just at expected, to be honest. I didn't expect really any big things from them. The Saints, they're also at expected. 1-8. They were predicted to be one of the worst teams in the NFL, and they are. Never been a Ben Spencer Rattler fan. This is the first year for Kellen Moore, so he's trying to get better. I'm still going with my prediction that Cam Jordan's going to get traded. I don't know when, but he's going to get traded eventually. Seahawks, I'm going to say they're at overperformed. I think they've overperformed. At 6-2 with Sam Darnold. Never been a big Sam Darnold fan. Now you're probably thinking, well, are you a fan of anybody? Any of the quarterbacks? Yeah, I'm actually a fan of a few, but dude, I only have a few that I deem elite or good, actually. So yeah, my bad. But yeah, I don't like really Sam Darnold. He's okay, but he's been doing actually great this season. I want to say this past 2 seasons actually. I'm gonna criticize myself and say actually these past 2 seasons he's been great with the Vikings, with the Seahawks. He's earned that money that they gave him. That connection he has with Jackson Smith and Jigba, phenomenal. He's in the top 1, I think, receiving, actually. Let me go check. He's got to be in there somewhere. Bro. Player. Yes, he's number 1 with 948 yards. So they've got great chemistry there. Their defense is good. They demolished the Commanders Sunday night. They look like a great football team, and that sucks because I'm a Niner fan, and I don't like the Seahawks, but they look good. All right, objectivity, taking away the subjectiveness and looking at it objectively, Seahawks are good. The Rams 6-2, I'm gonna say expected. I expect them to be good. Matthew Stafford there, Devontae, having Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams. Their defense is pretty solid. Got Jared Verse, Byron Young. So I actually expected them to be 6-2, and yeah, that's what they're doing. The Niners, honestly, I'm gonna say overachieved. By the injuries that we've had, we should not be 6-3. Now we have an easier schedule. We probably have the easiest schedule in the NFL. I'm not gonna argue that, but the amount of injuries we've had, we should be dead. We shouldn't even have a winning record. We should be dead, and we're actually alive, and we're still winning games with Mac Jones, with Christian McCaffrey. even though they're obviously great players, but our defense is depleted. Our defense looks horrible. Our defense actually don't look horrible. They actually look good. But with the names that we have, we should not be good. So credit to Robert Saleh. Question to all the linebackers that stepped up, like Bethune, Bryce Huff, Upton Stout, the rookie. Like these guys have just stepped up. So I'm gonna say overachieved. And the last team, the Cardinals, I'm gonna say expected, to be honest. I don't expect anything from them. They're okay. Like I'm actually surprised that Kyler Murray got dropped. And I look for him to get traded, to be honest, because he's $100 million something quarterback, and they benched him for Jacoby Brissett. Insane. Cardinals, all right. I mean, I guess, dude. I mean, yeah, sure. Cardinals, all right. They don't have experience for real. I guess so. Maybe that's just, I don't like him either, being a Niner fan, I don't like him either. So maybe it's just that's probably that is. But they got Trey McBride. Like there was literally a stat saying on Monday night where Jacoby Brissett has more touchdowns in the last 3 games with Trey McBride than Kyler Murray has his whole career with him. Trey McBride's a top 5 tight end in the NFL, and you're not using him properly. So, yeah, I don't know how that offers out. But that is the end of the stream. Hope y'all stay through the whole thing. Shout out my boy RTX Dream 7. I appreciate you staying most of the stream, dude. And shout out my girl who went and came back. She went in, she came back, supporting the homie. But appreciate you. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. So everyone else who didn't miss it out. Everyone who missed out, you'll see it on YouTube. And we'll see y'all in the next one.